Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Though it may be legal in your state, like it's legal in my state, it is illegal on a cruise ship because they deal with federal regulation. All right, so it's on a federal level. You know, they take your passports, all that. They have to go through customs. It's illegal. Okay, and I want to talk about that later on in the video. You know, the penalties and how severe this situation actually is. Hey, what it do, dudes and dudettes? It's your boy Dano, back again with another reaction video. It is glorious indeed, friends. Hey, I appreciate you all coming back out here to join me, your boy Dano, again for another reaction video. Salutes to you all. Without further ado, let's get into these videos. Let's go.
So this the thing, we smoke. Then maybe our stuff just smell like it. So I mean, no,
you took it yesterday.
We don't have
you took my weed yesterday. I ain't got no weed.
They took it all. They took the integrity.
I don't got no weed, no nothing.
I think it's just like on our stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
I'm going to get us here.
Then the bed.
Okay, that's my person.
Grab my bag out of there because you went through it yesterday.
I said I wasn't here yesterday.
No, not you. I'm talking about her. She searched my stuff yesterday when she found the weed.
Actually, it's not me. It's the security.
Oh, the security. I'm sorry.
No,
I thought you was here.
chaperoning.
Oh,
She
okay.
needs to be here because she's in charge of the rooms.
Okay.
When security will come, she needs to be here and observe if we're gonna find anything or not.
So if y'all haven't picked up on what's going on right now, essentially they are performing, the staff, this is on a Carnival ship, I can just tell. They're performing a cabin check. And essentially what is going on is that someone was alerted to marijuana smell coming out of his cabin, okay? And from what it sounds like is that maybe the day before someone also smelled marijuana coming out of his cabin and they did a cabin search. Who knows, maybe someone smelled marijuana on their person and then they found out what room they were in and then did a cabin search and found marijuana from what it sounds like the other day. So they're in here the next day doing a cabin search again. And yeah, I want to say this for my weed smokers out there, my people who partake in the bud, okay? Yes, the smell lingers on your clothes. Yes, it does. And I hate it.
That shit stinks, bro.
And that's something you have to be mindful of because a lot of people are nose blind to marijuana, especially your weed smokers. They are very nose blind. Like you could tell them like, man, have you been smoking? And they're like, no. How do you or they may say yeah, and they may be like, how do you know? And you're like, well, I can smell it because people who don't smoke weed, it's very noticeable. It's very pungent. It smells like skunk and other foul things, right? Now I used to partake in the bud when I was younger. You know, when I was a teenager, I smoked occasionally with friends and stuff like that, but I was never a heavy smoker. Ever since I left that lifestyle, it is obvious when someone is smoking. Hell, I'm not even joking. I can smell weed from like about a block away, right? So when you're not used to that smell, oh yeah, you can smell it. And yes, it does linger on the clothes, but guess what? It's not as strong as someone actually smoking it live, right? So the person is saying like, hey, you know, we don't have any more weed. Y'all confiscated all of it yesterday when y'all came through and did the search.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I say cap. I say cap. And the reason why I say cap is because they're back in your room again, right? And those rooms, for people who've never been on the cruise ship, what you come to find out when you get on those cruise ships is that, especially if you have a balcony room, any room that leads to the outside of the ship, those rooms are vacuum sealed, okay? So if someone is walking past your room, they're not going to smell you. they're not going to smell your clothing that has the weed smell on it, okay?
Exactly.
More than likely what happened, I can tell you this from personal experience, though I don't smoke weed, I have, because usually me and my wife, we usually get balcony rooms. We usually get a suite, right? And it has a balcony. And we like going out there from time to time, chilling on our phones, reading, sipping wine, doing things like that. And occasionally, I remember vividly twice this happening. I was sitting on my balcony and I could smell weed just pouring over to me. And I can almost pinpoint where it's coming from because it's that strong, right? So, you know, that's probably more than likely what happened, because this is what your weed smokers do. And as you can see, they have a balcony in the room. Your weed smokers, what they usually do is they sneak the contraband onto the boat, onto the ship, and they usually go out on their balconies and smoke weed. Why? Because your balconies are usually private, but and they think that because they're smoking on the balcony, the wind is just gonna blow it away and no one will be able to pinpoint where it's coming from. But what people don't realize is that your non-weed smokers, we know what the hell weed smells like, and we know which direction it's coming from, right? So that's probably more than likely what they did. They went out to their balcony. They probably when these guys, the staff came the day before, they didn't get all the weed. So what the people more than likely did is they probably took the rest of the stash and went out on the balcony and tried to smoke all that up before they could come back and take the rest of the stash. That's more than likely what happened, and that's more than likely why they're back in these people's rooms, right? But yeah, man, I mean, it happens quite often, and I don't think people realize how serious it is when they find weed when you're on a cruise ship. Because though, and a lot of people don't know this, so this is for my people who partake in the bud, okay? Though it may be legal in your state, like it's legal in my state, it is illegal on a cruise ship because they deal with federal regulation, all right? So it's on a federal level. You know, they take your passports, all that. They have to go through customs. It's illegal, okay? And I want to talk about that later on in the video, you know, the penalties and how severe this situation actually is.
Keys, license.
Bro, yesterday she came and took everything that we had, bro. I'm confused now. I'm like, what the
Yeah, I think that's all.
That's probably what it was when it was still lingering in here from yesterday. That's the only thing I can think of. Cause she done came and took everything. Can't even enjoy the trip too much. Shit, can't do nothing but get drunk now.
Yeah, drink package.
The dog see.
No, see, if I was the staff of this Carnival cruise ship, nope, I'm snatching your drink package. And the reason being is because if you got caught on my ship smuggling illegal contraband, and you know what, you know, I'll give this to them. They probably did not know, because most people do not know that you cannot smoke weed on the ship. They think, well, because it's legal in all 50 states, I think it's legal in all 50 states, that you can bring it on a cruise ship. So I will give them that, right? They probably did not know. So, you know, I was going to say, like, I will snatch their drink package because they're reckless and all this stuff. But you know what? I'm going to give them some grace, because that's probably what it is. They probably just don't know, right? So yeah, go ahead, have fun with your drink package. But most people be overdoing it, man. They be overdoing it with the drink package. Just go on your cruise and enjoy it. You know, because I think people don't realize is that, you know, the point of being on a cruise ship is to enjoy things that you usually don't get to enjoy on your regular, you know, your daily life, right? Leave your old habits at home. You know, leave your, you know, things that you're dependent on at home. Your weed, your drinking, all that stuff, the clubbing. Travel and cruising is all about trying new experiences and, you know, partaking in things that you have never done before. Why bring the same old you onto the cruise ship? You know what I'm saying? Like, leave that shit out. If you a person that like club and all this stuff, how about you come to the cruise ship? Yeah, club a little bit, but try new things. You know what I'm saying? Like, do like a paint and sip, do all these other different things that you probably don't do at home. That's all I'm saying. Just enjoy the cruise ship. Don't get too turned up to where you're not enjoying it, you've been drunk and blacked out, then half of the damn cruise, or you get kicked off, or you get in fights, all this. No, enjoy your cruise, right? Relax.
Said that the weed smelled in the bed. Oh.
Short there.
Oh, okay.
No scissors there.
I'm about to say, what the
I think it's just on our stuff because we smoke.
The two places, there's nothing. The little took my dog in like
Zolani?
Yes.
Thank you, Zolani.
Alright, man. Nothing on those two spots. The beds are empty. The carpet is empty. Between the bed, everything's empty. Thank you for your inconvenience, guys.
Yeah, but man, look, we can't keep doing this now with the dog now. Y'all done came back twice. Y'all took my weed the first time. You feel me? I ain't tripping about it. But I'm saying to say now y'all just...
Can I ask the dog? Only the dog knows.
Well, let me talk to the dog. Bring him over here then.
Shut your stupid ass up.
I don't think homeboy realizes. See, it's just showing how ignorant he is. Like it's just a lack of knowledge, right? They could come back to your room as many times as they want and do that as many times as they want, right? As many times as they feel is necessary. So yeah, if they smell weed smell tomorrow, guess what? They'll be back in your room tomorrow, right?
Let me holler at his ass, B. Hey, homie. No, I'm just playing. Hey, homie. Hey, buddy. Oh, no.
Sit your ass down.
No respect.
No respect. I just want to pet. Tell him, ain't no problem, man. We don't want no smoke. No smoke, man. We don't want no smoke. Give me, buddy. I ain't think about that, too. He said, no, don't fuck the dog.
I think maybe what we need to do,
Yeah,
Clean the
it's
room.
already fixed by
something
yesterday.
strong, maybe to kill the weed smell.
Clothes that we had on
Yeah,
yesterday.
that's probably what it could be. That's one thing I can think of. I don't know. He came in here this the second time. I'm like, shoot, you want to run through my stuff again?
Maybe weed was too strong, man. This was.
I told him it was Cali shit. I'm from California. What y'all expect?
Yeah, the smell must be still there.
So this the
Those poor souls. I don't think they realize the severity of this situation. Yeah, man. This is why it pays to do your research. I'm telling you, before you go on any trip, you need to be researching the hell out of everything you can and cannot do. What's allowed and what's not allowed, the policies, the rules, all of that, the laws, even in the countries that you're going to, because a lot of people don't do that. And there's a lot of people who go on these cruise ships and they end up in disastrous situations because they didn't do their research. Yeah, you can get caught up very easily on these cruise ships and even in these different countries. So my advice to y'all is do your research, right? But you know, homeboy sitting here joking and playing around, trying to pet the dog, and dude's like, hey, have some respect. Because dude is trying to do his damn job, right? All of them are there. They're serious. They're trying to do their job because this is very serious. And the reason why I say that is because this is on a federal level, right? And what a lot of people don't realize is that you can actually be charged criminally. You could be, you know, prosecuted criminally for this on a federal level. You could catch federal charges. Why? Because like I said, this is on a federal level. They're federally regulated. Like for me, for example, I'm a truck driver, right? So me, if I wanted to partake in bud right now, I can't do that. And if I get caught doing that, I will lose my CDL, I will be fined, and I can even do some prison time because I am regulated federally. I agreed to that when I got my CDL. You know, to any type of random drug test, I agreed to all of that when I got my CDL. It's the same thing when you go on these cruise ships, right? A lot of people don't realize that. So if you're bringing weed onto the cruise ship, and especially if you bring on a certain amount of contraband, illegal contraband onto the cruise ship, you can even be charged with trafficking, with distributing, right? And you could do some years behind that. So you gotta be careful. You gotta do your research. And I don't think dude realized how serious this is, because literally everybody in that room can be charged, fined, and even do some jail time. You know, and if you're you know, off in one of these other ports in a foreign country, you could probably get hit with even harsher penalties, right? So y'all have to be careful out here. You have to, man. And like I said before, usually, like I said in another video, you know, the video I just did a few days ago, uploaded a few days ago about, you know, what's going on with cruising with all these fights. Usually you're seeing people with blue cards and red cards. And for people who don't really cruise or cruise on Carnival cruises, essentially when you get on your first cruise, you get a blue card. Usually by the time your second cruise, you get a red card. And depending on how many days you have accrued or, you know, gotten at that point, for lack of better words, you can go, you get bumped up to like gold. Usually it's by like a person's like 4th or 5th cruise, you know, depending on the duration of your cruises, you get a gold card. And usually by that point, you're a veteran, right? Usually when I see people do a lot of this goofy stuff on the cruise ship, usually they're blue cards or red cards. And I had mentioned that in the last video with the people who were fighting in the hallway, right? And I'm going to insert the video right here.
I'll be damned.
As you guys can see, they had a blue and a red card. All right, so it's usually your newbies who are sitting here making these type of mistakes, and honestly, these mistakes are costly. Shit, even if it was at minimum, I can never sail with Carnival again, that would be enough to mess me up, right? To be kicked off of a cruise line, because in the last video I said cruise ship, I meant to say cruise line. If you get caught fighting on the ship, or if you get caught, you know, doing any illegal activity on the ship, you would be banned from the entire cruise line. And for me, that's enough to not partake in any of this foolishness, right? But yeah, anyways, I'm out. Peace. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. Again, I'm your host, Dano. If you like this video, like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. You guys and gals go ahead and have a glorious day, and I'm out. Peace.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.